Alright, okay, let's look at this question. A golfer observed that when playing a particular hole at his local course, right, he hits a straight drive on 80% of the occasion when the weather is not windy, right? When the weather is not windy, the percentage of hits a straight drive is 80%, right? Is 80% is high, right? High is the probability is high to getting the hits the straight drive, right? When the weather is not windy, when the weather is not windy is 80%, but only on 30%, right? 30% from 80 drop to 30% if the occasion means that it hit the straight drive, means the occasion when the weather is windy, right? 30% hit the straight drive when the occasion is windy, right? Means this question is dependent, right? It's dependent. The events, right? The events that the events of it hits the straight drive and the events of the weather is windy is affect each other, right? The event affecting each other. So this is a dependent event, right? So where if windy, then it's hard for it to hit a straight drive, right? So for example, it means that this case is start from the first branch. You should know it will be windy or not windy, right? Means that got wind or without the wind, right? Means that if with the wind, right? Means there is a wind when you play the golf. So 80%, right? No. When there is a wind, so be careful. When 80% of the occasion when the weather is not windy. When it's not windy, 80% means 0.8, right? So it will hit the straight drive. And definitely it also can be, because it have to be mutually exclusive, so 0.2, right? Maybe it's not windy, but it's also not hit the straight drive, right? So means that, okay, 0.2. And for this, we have also hit the straight drive or not hit the straight drive, right? If it is windy, to hit the straight drive is harder, right? Which gives only 30%. And usually 70% is not hit the straight drive, means, okay? So according to here, I have list out for you. This is a event that is better for using tree diagram in helping us solving this problem here. So before that, they said that the local record means that the local record suggests that the weather is windy on 55% of all days. Means in any days, right? In any days, the 55% of the days means that in one day, 55% is windy. Windy is 55%, right? 55%, 55 divided by 100, 0.5, and definitely this will be 45% is not windy, right? It depends on your luck, right? This is a luck. When you get windy, when the situation is windy now, so you hit the straight drive will be harder, it's 0.3%. It's dependent, right? It's depend, means that the event of hit the straight drive for a particular hole is depend on is windy or not windy, right? You see the probability is affected, right? So means that this case is a dependent event. So how to answer this type of question here? So, okay, look at the question. Show that the probability that on a randomly chosen day, any day, right? Any day is the same, right? The golfer will hit a straight drive at the hole is 0.2525. Of any days, hit a straight drive at the hole is 0.525. Is these two branches here. Either is windy, but you still hit the drive. Means that hits the straight drive at the hole, right? Means what? You're lucky, right? You are lucky. So this is not windy and you hit the straight drive, right? So two possibility means that the probability show that the probability of in a chosen day the golfer will hit a straight drive at the hole is equals to is either you windy and you hit straight drive on the hole, or not windy and you hit the straight drive on the hole, right? So it means there are two possibilities. So you can, So just multiply. So 0.55 multiply with 0.3, right? 0.55 multiply with the conditional probability here. This is the conditional probability, right? Given W, right? This is the PW, right? So you just multiply and you're getting, let's calculate first. So for 0.45 multiply with 0.8. Okay, let's total up what you will get, right? So you have proven to be 0.525, right? After you calculate, you know that 0.525. This is the probability. This is the probability of hit the on the given the golfer will hit a straight drive on the hole, right? Hit means either I don't care whether it's windy or not windy, you get to hit the straight drive on the particular hole, right? So the probability is 52.5% that the golfer will get to hit the straight drive on the particular hole, right? Okay, let's look at the second question, right? So it means that, okay, if you know that hit the straight drive on the particular hole is 0.525, right? Total up of these two, I put a star here, is 0.525. Definitely, if it is not, remember, it's not hit the straight drive on the particular hole, it will be 1 minus with complement, right? It's a complement event. So 1 minus with 0, but either you hit the straight drive or you're not, right? So 5 to 5, okay? You can just calculate which is 0.475, right? 0.475. So total up of these two must be 1, because why? If you adding up all this, right? Adding up all this, you are getting 1, right? So now let's look at how to use tree diagram to find the conditional probability here, right? So the question is saying that given that he failed to hit a straight drive at the hole, it already tell you that the golfer is failed to hit the straight drive at the hole. Means that it's from this and this event here, right? From these two, it's not this, right? Not this and not this. From these two, right? Means it's this one, right? Probability of not hitting is 0.475. So it means that given that he is failed to hit a straight drive, calculate the probability that the weather is windy. So it means that how to answer the conditional probability here is very easy here. So given that he failed to hit a straight drive, so what is the probability that it's windy, right? It's windy. So very simple. So it's the probability of it's windy and intersecting with the events that is not hit the straight drive divided by the probability of not hitting the straight drive on the particular hole, right? Windy and not hitting, windy and not hit straight drive on particular hole is 0.55 times with 0.55 times with 0.7 divide by the probability of this, right? 0.475. So you must able to understand why is it this, right? Means that if you total up these two, multiply this one plus with this one, you are getting 0.475, right? Out of these two, you have to choose one based on the event given here. Given that he failed to hit the straight drive at the hole, means that there is two possibility, right? In these two possibility, they wanted to calculate the probability that the weather is windy, which is belong to this, right? Means that he not hitting the straight drive on the particular hole is because of windy. Means that's why I take 0.5 times 0.7 divide by the total probability of these two, right? Which is 0.475. This is conditional probability. So let's calculate, which we're giving you 77 over with 95, right? 77 over 95. If you're able to explain this in a in words, that means that I really understand about the conditional probability. Conditional probability is, let's say, if out of all the possibility that he is not hitting the straight drive on the particular hole, how many is come from when the time is windy, right? It's 77 out of 95. Means that the chances is higher, right? If you convert this become decimal, means that you take 77 divided by 95, you are getting 0.81, right? 0.81 means 81%. 81%, the proportion of 81% of the chance during of the chance you're not hitting the target is because of windy, right? Is 77 out of 95. So means that you can also investigate, means that so maybe come from here will be 1 minus of this, right? Total up of these two must be 1. Because it's either you not achieve, you tidak capai target. You tidak capai target disebabkan mungkin berangin atau tidak berangin saja kan, right? This is two possibility only. Means that this one will be 1 minus with 77 over 95, which the chance here will be lower. If you calculate, it will be, probability will be lower compared to this. Means that usually when you not hit the target, it's not come from the time when it is not windy, right? You try to understand about this, okay? It's very useful to understand about this. So means that most of the time it's because of windy, so that you not achieve the you not hit the straight drive, because the probability is high, right? So please play while you, so the advice here will be based on calculation. You tell the golfer, you say, please play the golf while you are at the time the weather is not windy, right? Based on calculation, right? Because you see the proportion here, W prime from H prime, this one from H prime is 77. This one if you calculate, you are getting 95 minus with 77, you get 18 only, right? 18 out of 95. 18 out of 95 means the chance is lower. The chance is lower. So means that please play while the time is not windy. So this is the answer for part B, right? So hope you understand.